All of us share one common goal: to live a long, healthy life. Well, in fact, to live at our peak physical, intellectual, and emotional performance, regardless of age, gender, or health status, is a human universal right and aspiration. We, as a human species, are mostly not able to live a long and healthy life. And why is that? Because we have a collective illness. From infectious diseases to chronic and metabolic diseases like diabetes, obesity, cancer, etc., to brain conditions like anxiety, depression, and dementia, to injuries, because most people live with some form of ache in muscles, joints, or bones. You might think that these illnesses affect only a minority of people, but in reality, numbers actually tell us a sobering story. This picture shows the percentage of people having these conditions in the US. As we can see, the numbers are pretty alarming. But there is also good news, and that is that a code for longevity and general health and performance actually exists, and it's already in all of our DNA. The key is the circadian rhythm. Now, what is that? Circadian rhythms are internal clocks presented in every single cell we have. We can also call it the master program that guides us and our genes to turn on and off depending on the time of the day. It works day and night, it's a 24-hour cycle. If we were to align this clock, this rhythm, it provides us mainly optimum immune function, optimum repair, which means regeneration and recovery from injuries, optimum brain function, which means improved emotional and intellectual performance, and reduced risk of chronic diseases. You might be asking, if we have this already in our DNA, why most people are not living a healthy life? The reason may be you are living out of alignment with your circadian rhythm. Think of it like this: our body has and runs on 20,000 genes, and a typical car runs on 20,000 parts, down to the last screw. But a car today can run perfectly fine for more than 200 miles if we take good care of it and follow a few simple safe driving rules. So similarly, we can use this metaphor for our human body. I'm about to share 6 rules for aligning the circadian code. If you break each rule down, it's pretty simple, and most importantly, it is sustainable, meaning most people can easily implement them into everyday life. Rule number 1 is 8 hours in bed. Try to go to bed at a consistent time and be in bed for 8 hours so you get at least 7 hours of restorative sleep. During sleep, our circadian clocks produce hormones and chemicals to repair our body and brain. Rule number 2: avoid eating the first hour in the morning. When we wake up, our organs take up to 1 hour to be fully awake, because it is the time when our night hormones go down and day hormones rise up. So right after waking, our body is not fully prepared to digest food. By avoiding eating in the first hour of the morning, we can greatly improve our digestion. Rule number 3: time-restricted eating or intermittent fasting. This is the core of the circadian code. Try to eat breakfast at a consistent time every day so your body gets used to it. With breakfast, you are breaking a fast. It synchronizes all circadian rhythms in your organs. From that time, eat all your other meals and beverages in the day within next 8, 9, 10 or maximum 12 hours. Normal water is of course not included in this eating window as it has no calories. This pattern of eating leaves you with 12 to 16 hours of fasting, and it's called time-restricted eating, or now popular as intermittent fasting. This is the best way to maintain a strong circadian code. If you follow this, you would be surprised how you can manage your weight, blood pressure, immune system, blood glucose, and many more. Rule number 4: daylight. Step outdoors for at least 30 minutes to get some daylight every day. But the best time to get bright light into your eyes is in the morning, because it will increase your cortisol levels that will provide a wake up signal for your body and brain and set in motion a timer for you to fall and stay asleep later that night. This is the best way to resynchronize our circadian clock. It's a brain booster, reduces anxiety or depression, elevates your mood and energy levels, and of course, daylight is the best source of vitamin D that keeps our bones healthy. Rule number 5: daily exercise. Of course, everybody should get the exercise they prefer, but if you are short on time, try to do at least some brisk walking. And do not work out less than 2 hours before bed, it may be harder to fall asleep. And rule number 6: winding down. So, 2 to 3 hours before going to bed, avoid food and dim down your light. Avoiding food improves digestion and your gut health. Also, your organs will be ready for transition into sleep. If you eat before bed, your body will have to put extra effort into digestion while sleeping. By dimming down the light, we will increase our night hormones, including melatonin, to help you to get into that restorative sleep that we all deserve. You might ask, is that all? Does it really help? In fact, if you take care of your circadian rhythms, everything in your brain and body will gradually fall into the right place. Hundreds of scientific papers in the last 5 to 10 years alone have shown that the core of the circadian code, the intermittent fasting, has enabled millions of people to live healthier, perform better, and prevent chronic disease. Our world is not designed for optimum circadian rhythm. By the time of industrialization, we stopped living in alignment with this internal clock. Nowadays, many people have shift work or even night shifts, which is a great threat to circadian rhythm. But now you have learned the untapped power of your own body and how nature has invented it. Now you have the opportunity to take away these 6 rules and implement them into your everyday life. What will you do with this information is up to you, but I encourage you to give it a try and see for yourself. This episode is highly inspired by Dr. Satchin Panda and his book Circadian Code. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You might be also interested in sleep hygiene and ways for improving your sleep. I recommend you our episode on that. Now I wish you a great circadian day.